Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back for another Total War video with the Terminator. Attila Total War gets a bad rap for optimization, but vanilla gameplay is honestly some of the best in the series, and mods like Age of Justinian, Ancient Empires, or Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD make playing the game even more fun. I've probably spent hundreds and hundreds of hours on Medieval Kingdoms alone, which is more than I can say for some of the other Total War titles. But most of the mods I cover in this channel are like these total overhauls or conversion mods that change absolutely everything and essentially turn the game into something completely new. Well, just as last week I covered Para Bellum for Rome 2, which improves the game but sticks to Rome 2 vanilla style gameplay, in this video I'll be doing something similar for Attila. Europa Perdita and Fall of the Eagles are a perfect combination of campaign overhaul, unit reskins, and battle rebalancing that improves the game in every possible way while keeping true to what Attila was all about. So in this video, I'll be going through everything you need to know about these two mods, and by the end of it, I guarantee you will have no choice but to try them out yourself. So let's get started. Both Europa Perdita and Fall of the Eagles started as separate mods years ago when Attila was first released, but over time people realized they work really well together and they were developed more and more with each other in mind. While Europa improves the campaign gameplay by renaming factions and settlements, improving historical detail, fixing bugs, and rebalancing economy, cultures, etc., Fall of the Eagles is very much about the unit rosters, adding a lot more variety to factions and making units look absolutely amazing across the board, but also making battles more challenging and engaging compared to vanilla, which is something Attila definitely needed. Now, of course, you don't need to play both of them at the same time. The point of this kind of video is to show you my favorite mods for close to vanilla gameplay, so you can play with Fall of the Eagles only, for example, keeping the campaign fairly vanilla while enjoying a much bigger and better looking unit roster, and vice versa with Europa Perdita. My only advice here, guys, is when picking what you want, check when it was last updated and the suggested load order, just so you've got the latest and most stable version of these mods. It's also worth noting that the mods have a decent number of sub-mods, including a 12 turns per year sub-mod, an English settlement sub-mod, a better battle sub-mod for Fall of the Eagles, a war wariness sub-mod, and even a region trading sub-mod, which I highly recommend, guys. In fact, all of these and more on the Steam Workshop are all worth checking out to tailor your ideal gameplay experience here. Europa Perdita, first and foremost, does an excellent job of making the Attila campaign a lot more challenging, historically authentic, and just plain fun to play. As the Western or Eastern Roman empires, you still have the usual issues of managing public order, dealing with the horde invasions, but the economy has been reworked quite a bit so that you're already set up to take advantage of farming and trade. Sanitation has been reworked to be a bit easier to manage, with lots of buildings now having positive squalor effects, and your cities have larger garrisons so they're easier to defend, which for me makes the game a bit more realistic and more manageable. That being said, of course, there are ways in which the campaign is more challenging. The campaign AI is a lot more aggressive and proactive. Forget about passive AI, as either of the Roman factions you're going to run into enemy armies poking into your territory right from the get-go, with armies, by the way, that are well recruited, which, while difficult to deal with, makes for more interesting gameplay all around. The real beauty of this mod, though, by far, is despite how much work has gone into making various mechanics more effective, the AI more tough, or each faction more unique, it still feels like vanilla Attila Total War, which is an amazing thing. And best of all, you can switch out and play around with various things you don't like. Not as much as Para Bellum for Rome 2 maybe, but there is still a nice level of personalization here, which is just great to see. And then we have Fall of the Eagles, and I just have to say it is an absolute must-try. This mod alone makes Attila worth playing a lot more than vanilla, and I mean, Attila battles are far too quick, cavalry is far too overpowered, but with Fall of the Eagles, everything feels a lot more natural and realistic. Depending on the units on the battlefield, battles can get quite challenging and can in fact last quite a while. Cavalry charges have been toned down, and along with lots of other minor changes here and there, battle AI has been made more responsive, which is just fantastic. Fall of the Eagles is also hands down the best unit reskin and battle rebalancing rebalancing mod ever made for Attila Total War. It just has to be said. Battles feel fluid and a lot more fun compared to vanilla, and every faction has seen so much passion and effort gone into them, making unit rosters so much more unique and varied. The level of work that's gone into this side of the game with this mod is just absolutely insane. And the most impressive part, of course, are the units. From weapons to shields to beards to armor variation to banners and horses, every unit has been reskinned in some way. Every faction has seen dozens of new units and they all look just so good, guys. With reshade on especially, I honestly think these are some of the best historical units I've ever seen. Probably just as good, if not better, than the unit variation you get in DEI, so it's immensely impressive. I guarantee, like I've never guaranteed anything before, that with Fall of the Eagles in your load order, you will never go back to vanilla unit rosters and visuals again. I've played a few campaigns now with the Western Roman Empire, the Caledonii, and the Huns, and I have to say that between the brilliant campaign changes in Europa and the new reskinned units with Fall of the Eagles, I spend a lot more time each turn making the most of my diplomacy, economy, and empire building, and I never auto-resolve a battle because it's just so worth playing them head on. This is how every Total War game should be, so engaging that I want to enjoy every single aspect of the game. Overall, both Europa Perdita and Fall of the Eagles are some of the best Total War mods I've ever played that really do Attila justice in every way. Played either separately, together, or with a mix of fantastic submods, your Attila gameplay experience is about to be a whole lot more fun and engaging. And that's it for today, guys. If you go into Steam, you'll find various different versions of the mods, but what I've done for you is link below all the versions I've found that work well, and some sub-mods that might be worth trying out with them. The Europa Perdita plus Fall of the Eagles Revised is my go-to for the combination of both, and it comes with a great collection of recommended sub-mods as well, so I'd recommend you go with that if you want to try both at the same time. Remember, if you're having crash issues at game launch or campaign launch, then there's probably an issue with your load order, so just make sure you're following the suggested load orders in the mod descriptions. But if you have any questions or issues that you want help with, just drop them in the comment section here in the video. I'm happy to try and help you if I can. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and if you did, give it a like and drop any thoughts or questions in the comments section below. Subscribe for more Total War content, gameplay, and news, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.